HE6RTG. See, when they do these usernames, it's hard for me to figure out. I remember exactly where I was when you guys hit that YouTube milestone for T. It meant a lot to everyone who helped you get there, but I can't imagine how much it meant to you reaching it for him. Fuck the haters, Kev. You never had to explain yourself to anyone. Real people know why you wanted it to happen, and that authenticity made it come to fruition.
No,
Big love as
that was
always.
such a I came home. Tamara and I went out to eat, and I didn't pay any attention. I came home and I was just like, I looked at Tamara. I said, "Can you believe this?" I mean, it was
Yeah.
like it was like filling up the Bronco.
It's uh it's heartening when because we talk about the negatives a lot of times, like with the comments. We went there, but it's so heartening when you think of a night like that. I saw that Steve sent me the thing where I could see the numbers, and I was like, holy shit! And it was just so nice. And some people in the wrestling business were vocal online about helping out a brother, and
Yeah.
it was nice to see Marcus Krause, who
I promise you, I'd much rather have my son back than have
oh
a plaque from YouTube.
no, this is not
Jesus.
this is not this is not for debate.
Fuck. Yeah. Sometimes, man, you gotta say yeet.
Marcus Krause. Um, I lost my 10-year-old daughter back in November. Not much joy in my life right now. But your show I look forward to every week, and for just a couple hours every Monday, I feel at peace, and your show lifts my spirits. Thank you guys for everything you all do, and you guys are just too sweet.
I actually answered. I answered him. I texted him back an answer, a
What
response.
What did you say?
Just said that yeah. Welcome to the worst fucking group on earth.
Hmm.
Parents that have lost their children.
Yeah.
I said it's just I tell everybody, man. It just there was like a very nice reach out from a bereavement person, and I also answered them, and I just said, "This is my own private Idaho. Like, there's no like I don't care if you've lost a child. You didn't lose my child. So the intangibles are never going to be right, and I don't want to have somebody telling me how to get through something and not know Tristan. Like, the
Hmm.
fact of who he was and how he lived and how he functioned inside of our family. Unless you know those intangibles, you can't give me any advice. You can't. So just like I appreciate it. It's nice, but like you know, I, I'm I deal with it. It's nothing that's ever going to in any form or fashion be like, you know, I didn't think I'd get to this, but now at 11 years since my son's passed, I think I'm at this point now where, you know,
Hmm.
he would only be 38. Like, oh, great. So,
Don't you? I ask because I can't realistically fathom it. I, 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 I'd be too angry. Maybe like I would not be the right person. I think to have in that room. Like I'm talking like support group type thing.
yeah, but I don't think
I
that, see, I don't think you get to choose. Like number one, you got to be in the group to be in the room. So I'm not the right person to be in that room.
yeah.
I don't see how anybody. Number one, I'm not a person that looks to others for strength.
Mm.
Like I look internally for strength. Like my strength is internal because I've already done that with my father at 8 years old. You know, and I think that like once you go like when you start the process, and that's like it's nobody can tell you. And back in those days, it was the mails that came to my brother and I was basically what you guys need to do is rub some dirt on it. So
Toughen up kind of thing.
yeah, pretty
You're the man of
much.
the house now.
That's right. Yeah, I tell my brother, you're the man of the house now.
Yeah.
It's just like, God, man, we were collecting baseball cards, ripping off fucking Zelke. Dave Zelka. That was his name, Dave Zelka. This is my brother was my brother's always been a salesman, and so we got there's this ginger named Dave Zelka, I think it was his name, but he's a ginger, and he had like some super fucking great cards, and so we go over, and my brother's got like all like we because we were kind of collecting together the '68 series, and we just needed Cookie Rojas. That's the only guy we needed was the Phillies Cookie Rojas. And back in those days, like if you collected tops, like like now if you had a '68 set that was mint, it'd be because some kid didn't like you used the checklist. Like, how else did you know what cards you were missing if you didn't use the checklist?
The little
So you'd
card that had
yeah,
all the
so
yeah.
you do, you use the checklist. So we needed Cookie Rojas, and it's almost like this Zelka kid knew we maybe we because we said, hey, we you got a Cookie
Maybe
Rojas?
because you told him. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, you got a Cookie Rojas? So my brother, and he had a bunch of flair cards also that were like reprints of like Babe Ruth, Kai Kyler, like old, Hornets. Like, they were the reprints, and there were probably a Flair card set that was probably put out 65 maybe of like a bunch of 30s and 20s and 30 players, and my brother came and he had like Gil Hodges and a bunch of other. They were all the managers. And my brother told this Selkie kid that they were this new expansion team
Oh
called the
no.
Monsignors.
Oh my god.
And he goes, "You don't know? Like, they're the Monsignors." And I remember like Al Dark was I think was the coach of the A's, but he came from someplace else. And remember back then when they would change the hats, but they didn't, so they would just black out the hat.
Yeah,
So
because
they
they
get
didn't pay for the
yeah,
team
so
license. They only
no,
paid
but
the
no,
players union, right?
no, they. I mean, they. He had he had his jersey on, but they would crop it so you could see he still had an A's jersey on.
But you
But
couldn't
they
show
would
the logo.
you couldn't go, and then
Right.
you put you get you give him the black hat.
Right.
So my brother we it was one of those deals as we left and pedaled as fast as we could, like he was going to open up with a Gatling gun or something. But
Ron Zelke. We gotta do a little
Zelka,
compilation.
my brother will remember his name.
Do a compilation of all the old school Detroit shout outs. We had Mrs. I don't know, one week we had Mrs. I forget the last name. We had
Miss Felipiak.
Felipiak. We had someone in the back seat of a
And,
Mustang that your brother was
and
very concerned about this week.
yes, we won't divulge any more of that.
Um,
Um, yeah, but I mean, it did make my sister-in-law Carol buy a bumpy cake, so that was good.
that's true.
She did
That's
get the
true.
bumpy cake, so
We do have that effect.